Jodi. Thanks for joining me today. I want to show you how to make this fun flower card. This flower is just really unique. You can see the dark spots in here as well as the white right around the center. And the stamp set that I used to make that is this new set called Work of Art. I absolutely love this stamp set and I've been using it so much lately. I keep telling myself to move to one of the other stamp sets, but I just keep coming up with different ideas for this. So what I made the flower with is this piece right here. So I'm just going to jump in and go ahead and get started showing you how to do that. First of all, the base of the card is a new Stampin' Up! In color. It's called Hello Honey. And the measurements are 8.5 by 5.5. And then there is a layer of another new color called Mossy Meadow. And this one I cut down to 5 inches by 3 3/4 of an inch. And I'll just layer that right in the center there. This is what I'm going to stamp on. This is Whisper White, and the size of this piece is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to start with the stamp that comes in the set. That's just the circle that could be the center of the flower or so many other things really. And this is the ink Hello Honey, same as the cardstock that I showed. Now my key here is the placement of the stamp. I intentionally want the flower to go off the cardstock a little bit over here in the corner. So I want to try to place this right about here. We'll see how that turns out. You could, I suppose, measure if you wanted to be super particular, but I don't. So we'll just keep going. The next color is Blackberry Bliss. This is another new in color. So I've used Hello Honey, Mossy Meadow, Blackberry Bliss. Those are 3 of the 5 new in colors for 2014 to 16. So what I'm going to do is just ink this up and just start. It is wood mount, so what I'm doing that you can't really see is just looking for this point right here. I'm just leaning back a little bit in my chair and stamping that so that it just barely touches the center right here. Then I'll re-ink, and now when I line this up, again I'm looking for this part of the stamp and I want it to line up right here so that there will not be a big gap here, and then I'll also get some overlap back here. So I'll just line that up. You can see that little darker area right here, and as the ink fully dries, that'll be even more noticeable. Oops, it looks like there's a little hair or fuzz on my stamp. Okay, so I will just continue around, re-inking each time, and then just looking for that top part of the stamp to line up. And you can see as I'm twisting the cardstock and stamping that this cool flower is developing. And it's just such a neat idea, because who would have thought this right here would make an awesome flower petal? Certainly not me. Okay, so there is my flower. And I just, like I said, I love that there's naturally, just by overlapping, those darker spots in there. I think it's really neat. And also I think every time that you do this, you'll get a little bit of a different look on your flower. Even if you compare what I just did with my sample from before, you can just see the little bit of differences in the white space there. So it's fun. Okay, so all we need to do then is turn this over, add some adhesive, and then place it right on the card that I'd prepared earlier. What I'm going to do on this, our ink does dry really quickly, but what I'm going to do, because I put so many layers and a lot of ink on that, I'm just going to flip it over and go like this to make sure it's secured on there. You can see not really much of anything came off, but I just would rather do that than rubbing on the front when there's that much ink. I grabbed the Hello Honey one more time, and this stamp that comes in the set. You are a fabulous work of art. So I'm just going to ink that up, add that right down here in the corner. And there you go, a super quick and creative card. Thanks so much for watching. For daily creative inspiration, visit my blog or find me on Facebook at Jodi Reinert Stamps.